Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
All right, here we go.
He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Williams. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. To block him, it usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for loss.
Second down, here's an option right. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll drop to throw. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. A convoy, and he might be gone. The 30, the 20, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house. close for a Buccaneer TD. Also had an interception return for a touchdown last year. Another one there. What's the goal for a defensive back? One a season?
One a season is
That's
really
fantastic.
Way more than you would expect. I mean, guys set those type of goals, but rarely are they reached. Rarely they achieved. To be able to pull it off back-to-back seasons, who says no one makes house calls anymore?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie. And, you know, sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy. And
there he baited him right into the interception. Second down following the incompletion. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it'll bring up third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kawamisi. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you put in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. His throw incomplete. Landry the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there just before halftime. 49 yards.
It's bad enough watching all the highlight reels, watching guys in warm-ups, going up and making these incredible one-handed acrobatic catches. But when it happens right in front of you, when you're defending him, That just makes your day that much longer, and you just wonder, how are we ever going to cover these guys?
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go now. 3-19. Good.
Now back to throw. By feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The offense on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney.
Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through. And this time he cut it a little too much, and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep. But your word was definitely correct.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On second down, Martin. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When I see Cameron Wake make plays like that, I can't help but shake my head sometimes. He had to go to Canada first before he came back to the NFL, where he's now an all-pro.
Yeah, undrafted out of Penn State, but look at him now.
Just think about all the pass-rushing moves he has, his ability to play against the run. Remember, he was a combo outside linebacker, defensive end. Now he's just simply one of the best in the NFL. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They run it again with Martin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Escaping the pressure right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Second down here after the incomplete pass. From the gun, Winston. Gets it to the rookie from Penn State. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A very solid gain of 27.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former Eagle, Nate Allen. solid. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Damian Williams, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Winston, throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Bucs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Winston now. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
They go play action here on first down. Evans has it left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 6 there on first.
For young quarterbacks, having that primary target's a big deal, and Mike Evans serves as that for Jameis Winston. Evans led the league in targets in 2016.
And went after him a ton. He also was 6th in catches, 4th in yards, and tied for 2nd in touchdowns.
And played in his first Pro Bowl.
4 yards remaining now on second down. Throwing, Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To the air again with Winston. A dump off to Sims. 8 yards there on a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. To throw, Winston. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Here's Winston. And this is caught by Jackson for a Buccaneer touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his first touchdown as a Buccaneer. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Jameis to throw it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And out come the Dolphins now. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Williams. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Fasano here brings it in. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
They'll look to throw here. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up to throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you Man or zone, eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to look deep now for Land. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. First down. Here's the run with Martin. And some room to roam now. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And Ndamukong Suh breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Shift together here from the D-line. Winston with a give to Martin. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one, and that'll make it 3rd down. This run defense was a weakness last year toward the bottom of the league, and early returns not good here this year.
And that's too bad, because you and I both know that when you have something that's a weakness from your team the year before, you spend a lot of time out in the offseason, whether it's personnel, adjustments in scheme, all of those things. So that's got to be disheartening to start off the season this way.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Again, it's Martin. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
And being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one complete to Julius Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Now Williams. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going back to Lander. This time he's got him complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 5 on the play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Fourth quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Now let's go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And throw right side complete to Parker. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Noah Spence in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. On play action, they'll throw. Dancing to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll set up a throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe
Super toe.
Ready? You ready?
Another tote for the workhorse, Martin. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up.